Alright, what is up everyone? White and Nerdy back with you, bringing you another exciting cast. This one is a master level game in NA. Got it from, the usual way. Look through League Client for some interesting looking match histories. Here we go, let's get right into it. Don't want to wait around too long. We'll go through the comps briefly and then look at some of the starting items and see if anything happens at level 1. Blue team, Gangplank, Lilia, Fizz, Ezreal, Leona. The Ezreal, Leona potentially able to play a very aggressive lane. I would expect to see the Essence Reaver Duskblade coming out from Ezreal. It's been the most popular build in high elo recently. Does a lot of damage, really outperforming the Manamune Divine Sunderer build, but we have seen both, so it is possible that Jungle Joe does still go for that Manamune. He did start a Doran's Blade. Even if you go the Manamune, you don't necessarily start a tier. It really cuts down on your laning presence. Both Gangplank, Keck W, and Mr. June on Fizz, starting with the Corrupting Potion. So trying for some survivability in lane. Obviously, Keck W going to be trying to farm up gold on the parleys, getting the grass procs on Hulk Smash. As we know, that's Tyler1. Both junglers going blue smite rather than the red smite skirmishing power. I think it's really, really powerful on Evelynn, being able to slow somebody before you get in there with your charm. Go for the one shot with Last Caress come level 6. Definitely a strong choice there. Xayah Rakan in the bot lane, obviously a powerful combination. Allows the battle dance from Rakan to get just a little bit further onto the Xayah. Being able to sync up the recalls is also very important. Death Before Dishonor on the Zed, starting for Longsword and 3 health potions. We often see a refillable potion picked up in that spot, but it does make sense to go to 3 health potions if you're worried about your survivability, which you might be. Zed vs Fizz, definitely a tough lane. A lot of it really depends on the timing of the untargetability, who can dodge which ultimate or which ability. Fizz can dodge a lot of Deathmark damage using Playful Trickster. Zed can dodge Chum the Waters damage using Deathmark, so kind of makes sense. Also going for the Electrocute means we're probably going to see a lethality build rather than the Conqueror-focused Gore Drinker build. But anyway, we're getting right into it, and right away... Oh, hold on one sec, let me pause. Change to directed camera so I know what's going on. We're getting right into it. Obviously, Engage coming in from Chewable LCS. Got the Shield of Daybreak, ready to get down the level 1 stuns. Just a little bit of trading. A lot of damage back onto Jungle Joe. A lot of power in the... Oh, Xayah actually started Q. Sometimes you'll see the W start to allow for the increased attack speed. Really help the level 1 trades, especially with a Rakan trying to go in, but taking a lot of trade back. Not able to land the knockup onto Ezreal there. Bit of a jungle swap going on. Evelynn, who I'm just going to call Evelynn because I don't know how to pronounce that. Evelynn taking the red buff. Oh, but actually is not even able to finish the red buff. It's Ezreal and Leona backing off. Oh, Leona actually going in the mid lane, flashing in. I got to rewind that. Should have been paying better attention in the mid lane. Let's see what happens. Death Before Dishonor getting pinged. They know that Chewable LCS is roaming up, but Fizz going right in. Flash Shield of Daybreak from Chewable. Gets the Ignite down. Hits the max range Zenith Blade. Death Before Dishonor does get the Ignite off this last tower shot. Not enough, but Evelynn picking up the trade kill. So yes, it is first blood, but it is... Oh, and it is onto the Fizz, but at least it is a kill traded back. Red team should be able to pressure Jungle Joe, keep him zoned off XP, potentially, definitely keep him zoned off of CS. So there are some trades back, but it doesn't mean that blue team has already established a lead with the first blood gold and the assist. Lilia Fitnures also taking the entire topside jungle of red team as well as the blue buff, so level 3 already, up a little bit of CS in the top lane. Tyler1 just getting completely bullied by this Gangplank with the parlays early levels. Just puts down the keg. Nice dodge there by the Aatrox. Just has to sidestep. Try and not take too much harass from the parlays. Try and farm under tower for now. Obviously, Aatrox, a lot of late game, a lot of mid game team fight power. Able to just drain tank so much damage. So that's sort of the end goal. Although, also Keck W could definitely outscale if he's able to pick up Essence Reaver, some other powerful items, whatever he decides to go for. Definitely could get there if he stays very ahead. But red team overall doing a pretty nice job. Nice dodge, nice sidestep there by Klawob to not get hit by the Zenith Blade. Blue team still able to step so far up. Zenith Blade just such a powerful engage tool. Hex Flash, also a powerful engage tool as Chewable takes a step forward, but decides maybe not worth going for just yet. Aatrox taking the back, Tyler1 picking up the Ruby Crystal. Not going to use the teleport to get back to lane. Doesn't look like there's really any need to. Relatively even in XP. Here comes the Evelynn coming in. Charm looking to land onto Leona. Forces the flash away from Ezreal. But here comes Lilia jumping in. Lots of damage here onto Chewable. The red buff is ticking. The flash forward, and Klarwab gets the kill onto Chewable. The Lilia still down here, but the lethal tempo going great. Blade Caller coming in from Klarwab. Picks up the kill. 2 kills for 1 in the bottom lane in the 3v3. Well played by red team. Perfectly tempered aggression. Able to really use their summoner spells effectively. Get in and out. Well done there. Both kills onto the Xayah. That's going to allow her to pick up a Noon Quiver first back. Death before Dishonor, actually picking up Hex Drinker on the first bag. We don't see that too often, but is a powerful item if he is able to leverage it. Means that hopefully he will not be able to get bursted down quite so hard by Mr. June. We will see though. By the way, interesting to note, in the top lane, I didn't even notice this at first, KEKW has Ignite on Gangplank. I guess he figures he has enough global pressure with the Cannon Barrage that he doesn't need the global summoner spell in addition. Great shadow used there by Death Before Dishonor. So that means that if Tyler1, if Hulk Smash is able to survive the early aggression from KEKW, who has already picked up a Sheen, he should be in a very nice spot to really pressure the map, thanks to that summoner spell having the permanent teleport advantage. Evelynn should have seen that pink ward. They do know that Fizz is there along with Lilia. Leona's still up here with a 1v1 in the bot lane. Sort of a 3v3 clustered around the map. But Chewable is still level 3. Looks like he may get charmed. Evelynn, yes, does hit the charm. That's Aftershock procced right away by Chewable. Knockup does not connect to the Rakan. Should not matter. Evelynn will pick up that kill. Punishing the roams here from Chewable. Whenever Chewable is roaming, it looks like they're really looking for the counter picks. Nice job by Evelynn setting up that charm. Tyler1 here in Lilia's jungle, in Fitness's jungle, trying to stop him. Able to just dash right over the wall. No problem. Having a bit of a struggle in the lane with a Ruby Crystal compared to the Sheen and Longsword from Gangplank. So, makes sense that he's going to roam down, try and secure vision, try and help out his team. In the bot lane, this 1v1 lane that's been going on for a while, Jungle Joe has established a slight CS lead. Ezreal, if he hits the skill shots, especially with that Sheen, going to be able to do a lot of damage right away. And that looks like it's been what's happening, but of course, as we said, red team sort of winning across the map. Chewable now 0, 3, and 1, still level 3. So a bit down in XP after getting caught out once again in the roam. Looks like the junglers are just going to back off, do their buffs here. Let's see if we see another jungle swap coming in. Mr. June looking for a roam up onto the Aatrox, onto Tyler1. Great double sweeper use here to really clear vision, try and invade the top side again. It looks like they may be setting up for a dive here onto Tyler1. Hulk Smash on Aatrox, knows what is coming. It looks like Fizz starting to tank tower shots. Nice sidestep by Tyler. Nice flash. Dodges the Chum the Waters with a sidestep. E-flashes out. Ultimate used for Fizz. They get absolutely nothing from it. They get Summoner Spell from Tyler1. I mean, I shouldn't say nothing. They're getting some plates. They got a Summoner Spell. Potentially teleport as well. But now, here is what is gonna happen. Death Before Dishonor. Crazy play. Hits the death mark. Just absolutely pops Fitneers immediately. So again, blue team trying to be proactive, trying to make these roams happen, trying to make these global plays happen, and red team counter roaming, really trying to put in the engages. It kind of ruined blue team's chance of getting an invade and a jungle swap again as well. Evelynn picking up her red buff and just clearing her top side here. And now blue team is looking for this. The knockup, it has to be flashed away by Jungle Joe. Chewable is hit and now will be rooted up as well. A lot of damage coming in from red team. Shield coming out with the battle dance as well from Leerlo onto Xayah. So red team winning these trades in the bot lane when they are in the 2v2 lane. The extended trades make sense. Gonna favor the high attack speed 80 carry with a strong passive, but these short trades, you know, in this 1v1 lane, Jungle Joe able to just get a lot of Mystic shots and really make use of that Sheen purchase to do so much. Overall, 9 minutes into the game, very close game, pretty much even in gold. Red team 3 kills up, but blue team, there's a huge CS difference in the top lane, and that's more or less what's counteracting it. Red team also with Dragon ahead. Has the Cloud Drag, so a little bit of ultimate cooldown reduction, however much gold that's worth to you. Could mean, and But now red team actually being able to get a couple plates back as well. Looks like blue team was ahead in plates, and now that advantage has been counteracted. Now about 500 gold up. Now it is red team's turn. Try and make something happen here in the top lane. Making a roam, looking for a 3-man. Death Before Dishonor going in. Pops the death mark right away. Goes in. He is taking a lot of damage, and now Evelyn also going in. Just jumps right in, and then using the last caress to get out. Very clean dive. I suspect Evelyn may die for this. Does have the stealth, but the sweeping lens from Lilia is going to see the Fizz sees as well. Lilia picks up the kill. It is a shutdown. Very well played dive from red team, but Evelyn forced to use her last caress, the ultimate ability to jump out of that fight, so did not have it for a re-engage, for another escape from the Fizz. Forced to trade her life back. We are back to dead even in gold. Nice 1-for-1, but that was also a shutdown. Going over to the Lilia. The Evelyn being strong, though, means that Jungle Joe's life is going to be hell. I mean, any squishy on blue team, if you're not tanky, you will be popped. Yes, KW has the remove scurvy, can cleanse the charm if he's quick enough. Sometimes, though, Evelyn doesn't even need the charm. It's just EQQQ ult, and you are dead. Now, Jungle Joe, great arcane shift, able to get out. I like the attempt from Learlo trying to get in there with the knockup, but just not quite able to land. Jungle Joe too quick on the trigger. That makes sense. These are good players. We'd expect them to be mechanically fit. Other items coming out. The Seeker's Arm Guard picked up by Mr. Junjun, so defensive items by and large in the mid lane. Kindle Gem now completed for Hulk Smash Tyler1. Essence Reaver, first completed item we're seeing is for the Gangplank. He's got 84 CS, about a 20 CS lead, and now he's got a full item, but here comes the Zenith Blade. Here's the Solar Flare, but a very fast flash from Learlo, perfectly timed, just dodges the extra stun. Now the quickness is popped, gets a big knock-up onto both members of blue team. Jungle Joe is exhausted, but they will trade one back onto Learlo. The Ignite coming down from Chewable LCS means it is a 1-for-1, but Chewable is staying, and I think he's got to be toast. Deathmark coming out right away from Death Before Dishonor. He knows that Mr. Junjun is there. He will not hop back to the shadow. Just going to walk away. Now here comes the Chun the Waters, though. Mr. Junjun is still here. Good dodge, though, with the Feather Storm. And now Mr. Junjun is in trouble. Yes! Flash forward from Clowab. And on the top lane, the kill coming in. We'll rewind and take a look at that. By the way, in the bot lane, Death Before Dishonor is killed. Traded back on by Mr. Junjun. Some of that damage over time, but let's see what happens here. KW jumped on, gets charmed. Again, cleanses it immediately, and it just doesn't matter. Does go down. Death Before Dishonor, it looked like died to the Ignite, as well as the ticks of the Seastone Trident. So, overall, still a positive trade for red team, especially considering they get another one here in the top lane. No plates taken yet, so you better believe that this Aatrox is going to be wailing on the tower. Tyler1 able to get some gold in his pocket. Red team really trying to leverage their, I don't know, better roaming, better map presence, better map pressure, trying to build this gold lead. They are going to have to concede the dragon as Jungle Joe and Fitneurs able to get back to bot side a little bit quicker, considering that Clowab was forced to back off and Death Before Dishonor was dead. So now 1 dragon to 1 with an Ocean Soul on the map. But red team still up about 1,000 gold, not too bad for 12 minutes here. Continuing to just pressure the plates, trying to get some global presence. Doing a really nice job with the roaming. Blue team, it's kind of shifted. In the beginning of the game, blue team was the aggressor and red team was making counter roams. Now it's sort of swapped as red team continues to build a lead. Here in the top lane, it looks like KW may want to try something. Fitnir is coming up as well, throwing out the Swirl Seed, going to hit the edge of the blade, use the Lilting Lullaby to put it to sleep, and wow, that is a lot of damage. Evelyn not even able to use the last caress, just bursted down too fast by that Essence Reaver. Gangplank, Rift Herald going to be popped here in the top lane. That should allow blue team to potentially grab first turret, swing the gold back into their favor. Death Before Dishonor starting to roam up, but there's not a lot he can do. Night Harvester, by the way, picked up by Lilia versus Lichbane for Evelyn. We sometimes see, not enough time to talk. Flash forward by Chewable Elsie. Yes, nice cleanse used by the Xayah, but it doesn't matter. Solar Flare comes in to follow up the Shield of Daybreak. And a kill right there in the top lane. 1 traded back. 2 traded back. A clean 2-for-1. Have to assume by the Zed. Rakan does fall as well. I'm rewinding to take a look here in the top lane. See what happens. Blue team is able to take down this tower with the first hit of the Rift Herald. Makes perfect sense. Death Before Dishonor, I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to do anything. here with no item done yet, but wow, very clean onto Fitnir's. Using the death mark there. Interesting to use the death mark just to finish off the kill, but stays in, hits the double shuriken onto Keck W. Shadows forward, gets the double kill. 1v2, gotta be happy with that. As I was saying about items, Night Harvester completed for Lilia versus Lichbane for Evelynn. We sometimes see Liandry's Anguish built first for Lilia's. We also sometimes see the Zanya's Hourglass Rush for a little bit more survivability and utility, focusing on the Lilting Lullaby. So interesting to see the Night Harvester for a bit more damage, much more of a solo queue build. Eclipse completed for Zed, so Death Before Dishonor will do even more damage, really be able to leverage those super strong mechanics. Gale Force now done as well for Klawab. He did use it in that last fight, but it didn't matter. Hit a really nice cleanse on the Shield of Daybreak as well, but it was just, he had no flash, he had no ultimate, it was just followed up by the Solar Flare, and that was all she wrote. So blue team now swung the gold back around. It is still a fairly close game, but blue team does have the edge now that they have taken the first tower. Tier 2 tower in the top lane is also pretty low, and then they were able to get every play in the bot lane as well, which is also going to help put them a little bit ahead. Both teams definitely roaming around the jungle, really looking for picks. This has sort of been the story of the game. Living Shadow went to the double shuriken, a lot of damage from the electrocute. Mr. Junjun misses the Chum the Waters. That means that Zed is going to go in with a death mark. Playful Trickster right out by Mr. Junjun, and this is sort of what I was saying. Tough for either laner to get a kill there, just because of the untargetability available. Death mark used, and just Playful Trickster right out of it for Mr. Junjun. And Chum the Waters was actually just sidestepped, which is probably why Death Before Dishonor thought it was a good time to go in, but just not quite enough. But here, Chewable LCS may be in trouble again. He may have taken just the wrong step, taking so much damage, trying to get him for the last caresses the Evelynn, not able to finish it off. No kills yet. Solar Flare missed from the Leona, but now Jungle Joe able to pop the Evelynn, but Zaya getting one back onto Fizz. Now Lilia pops the Lilting Lullaby, using the stopwatch. Featherstorm coming out to block the sleep, but Jungle Joe right there to finish him off on the way down. Another kill for Jungle Joe onto Rakan. Tyler1 walking down and able to pick up a kill onto Rakan here, and now hitting the chain, but Lilia just able to step out. Hulk Smash now getting slowed up, getting CC'd, trying to throw these blades out, but Jungle Joe now using the Arcane Shift forward. Hulk Smash does have the Stride Breaker finished, so not going for the Gore Drinker with as much healing, instead going for the better engage tool from the Stride Breaker. Pretty common recently, we've seen a lot. Able to get one kill, not dying, but still a one fight for the blue team. They had no Gangplank, they had no Gangplank ult, they didn't need it. Very well played. Jungle Joe on Ezreal was just doing so damn much in that fight with Essence Reaver, Serrated Dirk, Ionians. Was just absolutely shredding red team. He popped Klawab on his way down from the Featherstorm after a really nice Lilting Lullaby. Came out from Fitnir's, and then also able to just continue jumping forward, get another kill, and even Arcane shifted forward into an Aatrox, trying to get that kill as well. So overall, he didn't get that kill, but still, really nice fight coming out for blue team, for the Ezreal. Jungle Joe doing a great job. Now, red team, though, is not dissuaded. They're still looking for a fight. They are grouped as 5 here. The Mystic shots that will continue to come out from Jungle Joe. Looks like red team just wants the dragon. Again, it is an Ocean Rift. Oh, True Shot Barrage doing so much damage there to Klawab. He is already down at about a quarter HP. The quickness used kind of defensively. Solar Flare comes out and it does catch Klawab, but the Zenith Blade following up, not able to do enough. Red team is able to disengage, but a flash over the wall from Keck W means he is just able with that Essence Reaver to absolutely burst Hulk Smash. Very nice kill, just a huge follow-up from Gangplank, just jumping right over the wall, insta-bursting Hulk Smash, knew his damage very well with Essence Reaver, Executioner's Vampiric Scepter, and the Ignite. And that will allow blue team as well to secure their second dragon of the game. Definitely firmly in the driver's seat of this game, doing a lot of damage, but Evelynn sitting on the fringes. You know that if Jungle Joe gets a little bit out of line, uses the Arcane Shift aggressively, he can be one-shot by the Evelynn. He's on a big killing spree, so that would be a lot of damage onto the already very strong Evelynn with the Lich Bane. And looks like everybody kind of content to go back to farming for a sec. Death Before Dishonor clearing out the top wave. Tyler1 walking down to clear up the bot wave, facing off against Mr. Junjun. But at the end of the day, blue team is up about 3,000 gold. They have really been able to use their strong fights. The excellent solar flares, gotta say, from Chewable, and then just so much damage from the Gangplank. And now Death Before Dishonor is in a lot of trouble. Ninja Tabby plus Seeker's Arm Guard completed for Lilia, and it doesn't matter. Still bursts so hard from the Death Mark. Not taken down. Forced to use the Lilting Lullaby defensively. But Death Before Dishonor really showing up here on the Zed. Doing a really good job, and I'm just doing so much damage. And now Evelyn going in. Oh, misses things, but oh my gosh, look at that damage onto Keck W. Last Caress. Not enough. But a Stride Breaker into the knockup, into the chains from Hulk Smash. Death Before Dishonor tossing the Shadow into a Shuriken, getting the nice shutdown. Little more damage onto the Zed. Red team trading a kill back, catching out blue team, backing in a bit of a greedy spot. That's gonna, should be helpful for red team to establish the map control. We'll see if they want to go for the Herald, but I have to say, Evelyn did not know her champion's damage. Used the last caress a little bit early before Keck W got into that execution range. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, while all that craziness is going on in the top lane, Mr. Junjun says, fine, you want to send 3 people top? I'll just grab the tier 2 tower bot lane. Continue opening up the map. Yes, you clawed back into the game, red team, but blue team really trying to continue choking them out. Opening up the map as much as they can. Pick up all the gold that's there. And it seems to be going well so far. They're up about 2,000 gold, but these fights are close. They can easily hinge on one key member of either team getting one shot. It's red team really with 3 strong carries that all have the potential to carry a fight. All with a bunch of kills. Zaya now with Essence Reaver completed, as well as Gale Force, so we'll be doing so much damage. Eclipse plus Lord Dominic's Regard completed for Death Before Dishonor, so he will just be shredding through even the increased armor from someone like Lilia with Seeker's Arm Guard plus Ninja Tabby. Mr. Junjun hasn't completed a second item yet. Ezreal is on that 2-item power spike. Jungle Joe has Essence Reaver plus Duskblade. That is a lot of damage, as we know. Shurelia's Battle Song picked up for Leerlo on Rakan versus the Locket for Chewable. That makes sense. We see a lot of Rakans opt for the Shurelias for a bit of a faster engage. The engage is basically just run at people and charm them up, so makes sense. And the Immortal Shield Bow finished up for Keck W, so he will have a lot of extra survivability in these fights as well. Of course, having no access to the teleport means he may be harder pressed to actually get in these fights. We'll see how much of an effect that has as a red team here looking for a flank, trying to potentially catch Jungle Joe and Chewable, pushed up a little too far, but unable to. With Death Before Dishonor continuing to do so much damage, continuing to just sidestep beautifully, just feathering back and forth, dodging the True Shot barrage there. Impressed by the Zed play. It is pretty awesome to see a high-level Zed just dodge lots of stuff. You should see me play Zed. You would all vomit. I'm not very good. Zed, we got a bit of a split fight here. Lilting Lullaby used defensively. Solar Flare used offensively. Nobody able to get anything, but now... Oh, Zaya may have stepped up a little too far, but hits the Featherstorm, gets the snare onto the Leona only. Jumping in is Evelyn to finish off the kill. Very weird split fight there. And it's not over. Knockup just missing onto Keck W, but Hulk Smash. Tyler1, the Aatrox, the Blade Edges are able to finish it off. Extra tower shot ticking for Death Before Dishonor. He will go down a little bit too deep for the Lilia. Blue team, 3 members of blue team, limping away at low health. It is still a 2-for-1 in favor of red team, and it's not over yet as Mr. Junju forced to use the Playful Trickster to go in. Oh, the Chum the Waters. Oh, scumbag Rakan. Leerlo brings it right into his AD carry, and that's going to lead to Clow dying as well. Hulk Smash now going in, but oh my gosh. Jungle Joe teleports in and is instantly blown up by Evelyn. Does trade the kill back, but then Hulk Smash able to finish off Fitneers on the side. Very wild fight, incredibly split, incredibly disjointed from everyone. Winds up being a 5-for-4, I think? Maybe a 4-for-4, actually. Allows blue team to keep up the lead just a little bit. It really looked odd. Lilting Lullaby was used so early, was used so defensively. Meanwhile, Chewable was going in on Clowob, but then Clowob just got caught out just a little bit. Blue team went in super hard. Featherstorm was used, but it was not able to finish off the Ezreal. Jungle Joe just able to Arcane Shift away in that last fight, but why am I talking when there's more fighting to be done? Here comes the Death Mark. Keck W, you have some survivability, but it is not enough for the Death Mark. What are you doing, blue team? Fizz, Ezreal, and Lilia are all biding their time, waiting to come. What are you doing stepping up so far? You know this set is going to pop you with the Lord Dominix. He's got so much armor pen. And red team, wow, just a huge overextend from the blue team. Chewable and KW, leading to red team grabbing that dragon. Probably just going to be able to get the Baron as well. Setting their sights there right away. Still going to be up 2 members. No teleport for KW. Jungle Joe used to teleport last fight, and that was another kind of dirty play where he teleported in and was instantly 1v1 by the Evelynn. Not really what you want your Ezreal with the teleport to do. True Shot Barrage coming out. We'll see red team on Baron. It also catches 3 members. So it's a little bit sketchy. Cannon Barrage coming out as well. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. Last Caress used defensively, and Zed finishes it off. Now it looks like red team may be stuck in a pit. A big lilting lullaby is going to pick up 2 more members. Blue team cleaning house. 4 members finished off of red team. They get the Baron, but at what cost? That True Shot Barrage did so much damage. Last Caress was forced to use defensively. We saw Death Before Dishonor secure the Baron for his team, so at least it's not that bad for red team. They still remain down about 2k gold after all of that. Death Before Dishonor, the only one up for about 10 seconds. Let's see if blue team is able to crack the inhibitor. Looks like blue team may want to go in, may want to engage. Death Before Dishonor looked like he thought about just firing off an ability rotation, but decided to play a little bit more defensively to seed the inhibitor. And here comes a teleport behind. This is what he was waiting for. Hulk Smash coming in for the flank with the Stride Breaker. Able to sidestep the Chum the Water, so nothing doing there from Mr. June. Jumping in with the Stride Breaker. Jungle Joe arcane shifting, but it will just not be enough. Deathmark Pop is going to finish him off. Now Lilia as well. Focus down. Overstay after overstay. Blue team going for the inhibitor, but a great teleport from Tyler1 on the Aatrox to finish off the 2 kills. Really secure those. Very well played from red team, and then Jungle Joe just barely not able to get over the wall with the arcane shift. Really screwed him over because then he just was popped by the Death Mark from Death Before Dishonor. This is allowing red team to swivel it back, take the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Again, keep picking up the gold on the map that is there. Secure the blue side red buff. So, you know, just a very close game. Really feels like it would swing either way. As we mentioned, it really feels like both teams have a few carries that if they're taken down, that can mean the fight on blue team is really Ezreal and Fizz. Fizz obviously very slippery, Mr. Jun. He's got the Zanyas completed. He obviously has a playful Trickster. Looks like he's going to have Flash up for next fight. And Jungle Joe, Ezreal as well, very tricky. He has the Quicksilver Sash. He's going to have Flash up as well. Yeah, of course he has the Arcane Shift, but man, Jungle Joe, too bad you're not playing in like 2015. You can't QSS a Zed ult anymore. If he gets on you with the Death Mark, follows your Arcane Shift with a Living Shadow, you still might die. CC or no CC could be helpful against the Evelynn. Definitely having the Magic Resist is going to help if you get jumped on by the Charm of Evelynn. And might protect you from getting low enough for the last Caress to kill you. Rocket Belt, by the way, Hextech Rocket Belt finished for Evelynn. Interesting to see that over the Night Harvester. The extra closing power, definitely nothing to sneeze at. Definitely think it's a solid buy. Steric's Gauge completed by Hulk Smash, so he'll still have a lot of survivability even without the Gore Drinker in these fights. 3 completed items from Mr. Jun with the Lichbane, the Liandry's, and the Zanyas. Oh, Leerlo, you may be the support to be roaming a little bit too far this time. Able to, though, jump, just get right over the wall, use the Shirelias, True Shot Barrage, no problem for him. So, great job escaping there by the Rakan. It looked like he was done, much like we saw Chewable get caught out several times in the early game. This time, it was Leerlo getting caught out, but at no real cost. He was just able to W right over the wall, didn't have to use a Summoner spell, just the Shirelias, and that is a relatively low cooldown. So, no big deal there. Red team pretty happy with that. I mean, you know, cleared some vision. Can't be too annoyed when you don't die. Now, Keck W may be pushed up too far. Ooh, Charm coming in, just going to get the slow there is Evelynn. Not going for the full Charm. But red team, by the way, has actually shifted the gold lead back just a little bit. It's even enough that I wouldn't really say there's much of a lead, but I mean, it is a lead, and given that blue team was ahead for a significant portion of this game, although it is a very close game through and through, good for red team for being able to turn it back off those last 2 picks, really able to shift the gold in their direction. A big swing. Getting the Baron definitely helped. Blue team here clumped up, just trying to get some poke as they can with the Mystic shots. Ooh, Evelyn looking to catch somebody out. Mr. Junjun maybe caught up. Nice blind chum the waters though onto Evelyn, using the last caress to dodge the damage. On the back line, Gangplank goes down, popped by the death mark from Death Before Dishonor. We'll go back and take a look at that in 1 second from now. Chewable LCS is taken down as well, stepped up very far, tried to get the engage on. Ooh, Death Before Dishonor walking away with the sliver of hell. It's time to rewind. It's time to see how Gangplank went down. He didn't even die to the death mark. He just died to the Zed damage. Death Before Dishonor sitting here in this bush. Not warded. Let's see what happens. He's walking in for the flank. We know red team wins this fight. Wow, that is so much damage. Slash plus Shuriken, so much damage. Flashes forward with a death mark onto Jungle Joe. Forced to use the flash immediately. Like I said, that QSS just not going to help you. That is 2 kills for 0 for red team. Overall, again, Shirelia is coming back up. Death Before Dishonor able to just walk away. 2 for 0 means they should be able to get their 3rd dragon. But they say, what's a dragon? Let's finish off this fight. Flash forward from Aatrox, forces the arcane shift right away from Jungle Joe. Flash forward into the W. Fizz is down. Jungle Joe is down. This is a huge fight for red team. They pick up 2 more free kills. Getting forward. Arcane Shift, like we said, just not enough for Jungle Joe in these fights. There's so many assassins. There's so much CC. Leerlo able to jump forward, hit a perfectly spaced knockup to pick up the kill. It's going to lead to the 3rd dragon going down for red team. Still have a strong advantage for 25 seconds with 2 members dead. They are just going to head to the spot lane. Is Kloab and Leerlo just clear an extra wave, continue building the gold lead. Now, finally, a substantial lead built for red team. 3,000 gold. We should see it reflected in some of these items. Banshee's Veil completed as the 3rd item for Evelyn. We see a Ymu's Ghost Blade. And it looks like a full Maw of Malmortius picked up for Death Before Dishonor. So, you know, red team really starting to leverage their advantage into actual items. Infinity Edge finished as the 3rd item for Kloab as well. Will be absolutely hurting so bad. And that QSS is just not doing Jungle Joe any favors. Evelyn doesn't even need to get on him. It's just Death Before Dishonor using Death Mark plus like 1 ability, 2 max. And Jungle Joe's already out of the fight. Has the teleport too instead of a combat-oriented summoner spell. Maybe the exhaust would help him against the Zed. Maybe the heal would help him against the Zed. I don't know. Maybe nothing would help him against the Zed, and he is just destined to die. It's one of those AD carry in 2021 Omega LOL memes. Oh well. Definitely sucks to be facing up against a level 17 Zed at this point. 2-level lead over Mr. Junjun. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Red team biding their time here, trying to set up Baron, keep their waves pushed in. Looks like bot is pretty close. Looks like it's pushing in favor of red team. So that's nice as well. Means that someone from blue team will have to go answer it. I suspect if Jungle Joe shows bot lane and there is a ward around that red buff, that may allow red team to make the call, pull the trigger, go right onto the Baron. They should be able to shred it with the Xayah. And yes, it looks like they do see him taking the buff. They are going for the fight right away. The charm connects onto the Fizz. Mr. Junjun able to go golden and dodge a lot of the damage. And now the Featherstorm. No snare coming out. Leerlo going down right away to the Fizz. But Death Before Dishonor is so big. He picks up 3 kills quickly. Now Jungle Joe in the fight. Gets the kill, last caress, again forced to use defensively, but now Hulk Smash and Kloab just big enough to finish off the fight. Clean up the last 2 kills. Death Before Dishonor doing so good on that entry frag, getting 3 kills before going down to Jungle Joe, forced to go in offensively, and then you still had a full health Aatrox, a very strong Xayah, and the Evelyn able to just pump out so much damage and ace the blue team. And now they say, screw the Baron, we're going to go in for the win. We may only be 4,000 gold up, but that is enough. We've got a Xayah, we've got an Aatrox, so many strong threats. Just going to be able to finish off the game. Chewable LCS, nothing he can do on Leona. Throws out the Zenith Blade, it just doesn't matter. Chains come out, but red team is not focusing the attention. Now they are. They say let's pad the KDA. Kloab gets another ace, and the victory for red team. A very chaotic game, extremely even for the first 25 minutes. Lots of overstays, lots of very clean fights from the carries of both teams. We saw a couple fights where Jungle Joe was really able to position perfectly, get in at the end of the fight, finish off a couple kills. We saw Hulk Smash on Aatrox really able to make a game-changing play with a teleport behind the blue team, finishing them off. Right after red team had probably gone for a bit too aggressive of a Baron call. Death Before Dishonor was the only one who got out. 4 members of red team were vanquished, but then again, blue team overstayed. The TP behind was enough to secure red team the lead, and then from there they were just able to set up these picks. At that point, Death Before Dishonor was just too scaled. As we saw, he literally insta-popped Keck W without even having to use the death mark, then was able to just use it onto Jungle Joe, force the flash, and still pretty much take him out of the fight. Kloab able to use the defensive Featherstorm, able to survive and pump out the damage throughout this game. Very well played game. Victory over to the red team. Who needs Soul? Who needs Baron? All you need is to win a big fight and push for the end, and that is what they did. Well played to the red team.